All right, guys, the Iceman on the Iceman's Return YouTube channel, and it's a Monday afternoon. And God, oh God, oh God, oh God, I'm watching all the comments and people that were talking about the WWE pay-per-view Battleground last night, and a lot of the wrestling news sources really gave Battleground a really good rating for the most part, but a lot of YouTubers didn't like it. A lot of them thought it was shit. A lot of them said it was no better than Monday Night Raw. A lot of negativity, and actually, I was really surprised. I thought the pay per view, for the most part, was pretty darn good. And I did say this in my review that the Santino Kali versus the Real American Swagger and Cesaro probably shouldn't have been on the card. It had no business being on the card. And yes, there were some matches that didn't really make any sense. But this is the WWE. We all know how they do things. It's something that we probably never should not have expected to happen. This is the way the WWE has been working for a very, very long time now. You got to understand, we only have the TNAs and the Ring of Honors and the WWE now. Now, if this pay per view was on in the time like the 80s, um, I would say that this pay per view would have been rated a lot less. But in all fairness, this is pretty much all we got is three promotions, and um, it is what it is. I mean, a lot of people are saying it's just like an enhanced Raw. Well, when it comes down to it, for the most part, if you look at all the pay-per-views throughout the course of the year, um, I would have to say that you got the Royal Rumble, you have Elimination Chamber, you have WrestleMania, you have SummerSlam, um, Hell in the Cell, and possibly TLC. So that's like six pay-per-views that are usually um, that really do deliver for the most part. But all the other pay-per-views are really just a little bit better than Monday Night Raws. Um, but that's how it is, and I don't see nothing changing. And I think for me, I thought the major thing last night in Battleground, which I thought was great, and I did predict this in my preview video, that I did not think there was going to be a clear-cut winner, and there wasn't. It made sense to me, and I think if everybody uh, thought about it a little more, um, knowing that Hell in a Cell is right around the corner in the same month of October, that this would have made sense. It was making a build up. It gave them time to build up for a bigger and better scenario at Hell in the Cell, and that's exactly what the WWE did. And by no means was I surprised by the outcome. I know there was a lot of fans after the show was over in Buffalo that was very discouraged and outraged, and they came here to see a main event between Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton. They wanted to see a clear-cut winner. They wanted a new WWE champion, but going into the show, they had to really have it in the back of their mind that this could happen. And so to me, there was really no surprises as far as the outcome goes. I mean, if you've been following wrestling all along, you had to have known that this could happen. This has just been the direction the WWE has been going. And I saw a lot of comments on videos, really disgracing this pay-per-view. But I have to totally disagree. I think other than that tag team match with Kali and Santino, all the matches were okay to good. Um, a lot of people were saying, well, why is R-Truth, going up against Curtis Axel? Well, you have to have an opponent for your champion. And yes, I do agree, they did not build up this pay per view as well as they should have and as well as they could have, because I think the problem here was they were more focused on Monday Night Raws about the corporate deal with the power of Stephanie and Triple H and what they could do and what they did do, that they sort of overlooked the fact that, well, we got a pay-per-view coming up, but we need to really get things in place and get the storyline right there so everybody knows exactly what's to come. And I think they failed to do so in that aspect. Uh, but all in all, I mean, this pay per view was to me by far better than a Monday Night Raw because the last couple Raws I watched was the same old stuff, and you can't say this pay per view was the same old stuff because some opponents were different, some were the same. Um, I think with the Ryback Punk match with CM Punk low blowing Ryback and getting the win, it what it did was it didn't make Ryback look like such a loser because he did get the low blow, whereas it would have made him look like more of a loser if CM Punk just beat him up outright and then got the pin. So this leads us to believe, well, if it weren't for the low blow, things could have been different. And I think that's what the WWE wanted us all to think. But yeah, I really enjoyed the pay per view. The ending was superb. I think, you know, they planned this out quite well. And I really enjoyed it. And I don't know what a lot of you WWE fans are looking for. And for me, I mean, I'll talk about TNA and you bash them. Now we're watching WWE, you're bashing that. And I just do think that some people are out there just to be negative no matter what the WWE brings to the table. You're just out there to be negative and put negative comments out there. And that's your opinion, all well and good. Like I had comments on my video saying it sucked, it was shitty, and whatnot. And I just basically said to each your own. That's your opinion. You have a right to your opinion. But my opinion is I thought the show was real good. Um, and for me to say that the show was real good, uh, with the way things been going in the WWE, I think that means something because I've been very skeptical of what's been going on in the WWE. I don't like the corporate thing. I don't like to see Stephanie McMahon come out there and strut her stuff and show her power and show uh, her egotistical side, because she has that smirk and I just like to wipe it off her face. As far as Triple H goes, we know this is how he's been for a very long time, so we're used to it. Like I said, the McMahons need to get themselves on the camera every now and then, and by doing so in this sort of way, it gets us to you either love them or you hate them. I choose not to see them on TV. I'd rather watch wrestling. But anyway, like I said, the last couple Raws were a little discouraging for me. And if you missed it, you didn't really miss anything because it was the same thing. It's like watching a soap opera on a daily basis. If you miss 3 or 4 soap opera days, and when you watch it on the fifth day, nothing's really changed much. So, and this is how the WWE's been going. But last night's pay per view went off from that script. They did something different with the outcome, and it made sense. Whether you like it or not, I liked it. I thought it was great. Um, but there you have it. You know, you can't please everybody, and we're never gonna please everybody. And the only thing I could say is I miss the 80s when there was all these different promotions where we had all these different choices. But this is 2013. We don't have them. So we have what we have. We got what we got. And that's all there is to it. So this is the Iceman on this Monday afternoon. Raw tonight. I cannot wait to see what it brings. I'm looking to see what happens to Brad Maddox because I have a feeling he's going to be a focal point of the show tonight. I'm really looking forward to it. So peace out, everybody. Have a great Monday afternoon, and we will see you next time.